Hey everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope you're all having a great week. It's an exciting time. I kind of talked a little bit about this last week, how it's exciting. The New Year's, very excited about it. I think, some people are nervous about sort of the state of the economy and where we're headed. And I think there's legitimacy in that. I mean, I'm not, not everything's beautiful and rosy. But I think that there's also going to be a lot of opportunity, and that's what kind of gets me excited. I'm excited for the new year to see all the opportunities that are presenting itself. And I think once sort of things kind of, at least we not level off, but at least we understand where things are a little bit better. We're going to see a lot of commercial real estate closings, and that always gets me excited because I love them. They're so much fun. Um, and so that's what I want to talk about this week a little bit about, that commercial real estate process is a really busy, fast, things just, constantly happening. And, while you might have 60 days or 90 days or whatever, that time goes by really fast. And you need to keep your eye on the ball. And there's so many moving parts. And I just want to talk a little bit about some of those. I mean, one of those, which will eventually be another blog sort of article because it's so involved, is the title commitment, title process, and you really need to make sure you're a good lawyer, like Bukowski Law Firm, for example, to review your title commitment, review your title process, and make sure there's no challenges to that title, that property that's being sold. That's super important, and like I said, that'll be another blog entry. But today, this week, I guess, we want to talk a little bit about the settlement statement. Settlement statement's really important because you usually get it from the title company. But they don't always know everything that's going into the settlement statement. So they're going to send you multiple copies of that, but there could be errors in it. And that's why it's so important to make sure you have your own version of a settlement statement in-house that you can compare to what you get from the title company and make sure that they're tracking everything specifically and correctly. And some of those things are, you'll see some of the big things, title fees. In Texas, many of you I'm sure know this, Texas, in general, the seller pays for the owner policy, and then the buyer has to pay for the loan policy and any endorsements that they want to get. So just make sure those fees are accurate, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Lender fees, you're going to get, usually the lender will send their own sort of settlement statement or closing statement, or at least a list of the charges and fees that they're charging. Make sure, it's really important to make sure that this is accurate compared to the term sheet that you originally got, coincides with that. Some of the credits, sometimes the buyer and seller agree to some credits. Title company doesn't always know about that, so you want to make sure that those are in there. And then finally, prorations. Prorations should be described in the purchase agreement, but if they're not, or if they're not calculated correctly, you need to make sure that's accurate too. So these are just a few, obviously just a few of the things that go into the settlement statement, but it's just reiterates or reemphasizes how important it is to make sure you have your own settlement statement and you're reviewing it as you go through the process to make sure that the title company has an accurate statement. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please sign up for our blog, our YouTube channel, our podcast. We'll have some new episodes coming out soon. And otherwise, have a great week.